So here we are in our test scene, and let's build some materials. And the only thing I changed in this test scene, I added this support light here. If I zoom out a bit, you will see it. Actually, I filtered them out so they don't get in the way. So you can enable them here and actually see them. This is a rectangle area light. This light is used really just to brighten up this part of the object and to brighten up the shadows and to give some illusion of depth on the object. I will filter them out so I don't have cluttered scenes. And I have a standard calibrated 242 material, which is 95% of reflection of a white color. Okay, that's the maximum you can achieve. And if you do a test render here, you can actually measure that and see that this scene is calibrated. If you create a new material, you will see that I skipped some of those, in fact many of these options here. So for example, these are concerned only tomograph model, this with the sketch and tone. Here we have surfaces, and I really don't see a need to explain them because they are really self-explanatory. For example, brick is a brick shader, and for example, there is maybe a fire shader, and they're really easy to understand. So rather than spending time to explain them all, I think that it would be, for example, this marble shader will create marble-like patterns, or maybe there is a simple noise option here, so you can create simple noise and only adjust frequencies and gradient here. So they're quite easy to understand after you understand all these effects here. We already discussed the major ones that you will use frequently are here. Okay, so they are a bit separated. So we can build simple materials, and simple materials are really easy to do. So for example, if I want to create some sort of a plastic, let's say maybe a green plastic, I'm gonna just add a color that I want and add some sort of a reflection to it. Not enough, just maybe 10%. So just a bit reflecting. Let me do a test render, and here we go. We have some plastic here. We add just a bit more, like 30%, and see what we get now. And here we have some sort of a plastic ball. And creating those basic materials is really easy, and everybody will be able to do that after just a few hours spent with Cinema 4D. So, for example, if you want some sort of a transparent material, you would simply select a transparency channel. You see currently it's 100% transparent, and the refraction value is set to 1, and standard refraction value of, let's say, water or glass is around 1.5, and you actually have a refraction list in the help system, so you can see what are the standard refraction values for materials. And if you want to color this glass based on its transparency, you will simply set something like maybe green, some green glass, something around here. You will see as the light gets deeper inside in the object, into the sphere, it will become greener. Okay? So you can play with this parameter, this absorption distance. So if you set this to 10, it will absorb more of this color early, so it will become more green much earlier. You can see that effect clearly here. Okay, so what about metals? Let's say metals are really easy to do, at least standard ones. It's just all about the reflection channel, and for example, you can set really high amount of reflection for metals and simply get decent result, and play with this blurriness parameter to, let's say, something around 30 to get some sort of a roughness in this surface. Okay, you will see that now it's something like this. And I really don't want to spend time building those simple materials. Everybody could build a simple material. Okay? What I really want to do, I want to show you how to create really realistic, complex materials that look really good and that are eye-pleasing. So let's not waste time on doing this simple stuff like, let's say, wood or something like that. Even though you have a wood shader here, not really good enough. It gives some good results sometimes, but you have to spend time with it. So if I adjust the frequency to something like 10, and then you can actually jump through these boxes by pressing the tab key. And although this looks like a wood, it's not really realistic, and I think we can do much better wood than this. Okay, so let's build something around 10, maybe 20 really advanced shaders so you can actually see the workflow. I will build them from zero, and they will not be some standard materials you can find in even content browser, or they would be really something different. Okay, I really want to show you the workflow from zero to result. Okay, so let's do that in our next lesson.